welcome back to the first episode that's going to be a playoff episode in the Minnesota Vikings franchise. We pushed into the wildcard round after having a 9-8 regular season, managed to finish with a positive record, which is actually super great. I'm really happy about that. Just a quick reminder, we started out not bad in total, then we had a horrible phase where we just lost 6 games in a row, and then we managed to turn things around against the Colts, the Giants, the Packers, and the Bears. In the end, we win 4 games in a row, and we secure the playoff spot. So that is pretty awesome, actually. It's going to be the first playoff game in this franchise series, and yeah, really happy to have gone the way so far with all of you guys and gals. So thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate each and every one of you a lot. Yeah, we are the 4th seed. We're going to be playing the Saints, as you can see in the bottom right. Before it was the Buccaneers as our opponent. I would have liked that, to be honest. The Saints are going to be a little bit more tricky. The Buccaneers, after Tom Brady has left, are a little bit in no man's land in terms of a franchise quarterback. They do have Baker Mayfield there, who's pretty good, but is he a replacement for Tom Brady? I think not. We have a few things to take care of before we can start the game. We've got the first of many, that's a press conference. Then we're going to check out the Saints. We already played them this season, and that's actually what I wanted to show you guys. And then I moved past that. So we lost against them, and this was the game that was played in London. We lost 6-14. Actually, it wasn't that bad on our side. If you look at the stats, we were better than they were, but we just gave it away. In the end, we had 2 turnovers, and that was just not good enough. Let's just check this out quickly here from our side. Here are the Vikings. There we go. 1 interception for Kerm in that game, 156 yards. That wasn't too bad. Yet not good enough. On the rushing side, interestingly enough, it was the game where Dalvin Cook was there, so we have 0 rushing yards in that game, of course. On the receiving side, we had KJ Osborne, we had Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison chipping in a little bit. Noah Gray was there. We had an injury to TJ Hawkinson as well. He's back again now. So that is a big lift to the team. I also think that we have strengthened the team decently enough. So today's game will be very different. I don't expect us to go too far in this off season, but we're just gonna go with the flow and just see how far we can get. It is gonna be a home game, so this will certainly help us in terms of the momentum meter. And with that said, let's kick off the first of many press conference. Coach, you're heading into your first playoff game. Playoff success often makes or breaks a career. How important is your first playoff win? Well, I think we're going to play it cool, because the guarantee win, that of course is always going to play out badly. So we're going to play cool. Every game is important. Now, when you're not playing, when you're playing a playoff team, you have to bring your best. There are no guarantees when you play teams that are this good. So I do think no risk, no reward. Yeah, there we go. We just get staff points. The risk with the guarantee, of course, would have been higher, but also the rewards. But playing it like this, I wouldn't want to risk a debuff, not against a team like that. Look at that defense, 87 overall. I'm going to show you that in detail now, but with those overalls, it would have been extremely cheeky to really go ahead and guarantee a win. Starting with the quarterback room, of course, we've got 4 quarterbacks in this room here. We've got Derek Carr, we've got Jake Haener, a rookie out of the 23 draft. I've got Jameis Winston, and I've got Taysom Hill. I personally don't know why they have that many QBs, especially older ones, when they just settled for Derek Carr. So maybe something will be done now in the June era of the NFL. But yeah, so we're going to be facing Derek Carr, and we're just going to be taking him seriously. But of course, he is not a superstar. He doesn't have any abilities. He's got a start F rating. He's a solid quarterback. We know that anyways, since his joining the Saints from the Raiders. On the running back side, we've got ALVIN KAMARA, a superstar. We've got Jamal Williams, and we've got Kendre Miller, a rookie. So ALVIN KAMARA is a really, really dangerous one. I used him in the Crusaders franchise, of course, and he was exceptionally good. He was an X factor there, so that helped as well. But here he has abilities, and those make him really, really elite. so we're going to have to watch out for him. Fullback is Adam Prentice, always gives me a chuckle. If you put the damn away, it's just Prentice, which I just find hilarious. There we go, wide receiver room. We've got Michael Thomas, 29.91. We've got Chris Olave, 22 and 90 overall, the rookie out of the 22 draft. We've got Traquan Smith, we've got Brian Edwards, and we've got Rashid Shaheed. That is a rookie. Just going to be checking if he's from the 23 draft. Yes, from the 23 draft. So taking a look here, wide receiver number 1 and 2 are extremely close together. So this is a fantastic setup for a team because they could just go with the wide receiver 1 route or 2 route. But Chris Olave is such a gem. At age 22, he is blessed with the star depth trait, and he's already so good. You know, in 3 to 4 years, he's going to be absolutely unstoppable. One of the top wide receivers, at least in Madden, so because that's how the progression works. Michael Thomas, super solid. Again, another player from the Crusaders. Really liked him a lot. He was just so good for me. And he doesn't really look it here. Of course, he has a 91 overall. He was in the 80s when he was on the Crusaders, and he was still very good. Plus, I really love the hair physics. Look at those hair move, and just the way they look. Really nice model right there. Traquan Smith, just a solid wide receiver. Same goes for Brian Edwards. He's 23 and 78. And they've got Rashid Shaheed out of the 2023 draft. Tight end is Juwan Johnson. Then we've got Johnny Munt and Ben Ellefson. Ben Ellefson has retired in real life, which I find interesting, but okay. And looking at these tight ends, this is certainly not a star of the show room here, but they are good enough, right? They've got the attributes that they need to be successful, and all I can say is just, yeah, take a look at those. We'll see how far the offense can push our defense. On the offensive line, we're just going to be moving through this now, checking for injuries. We've got Trevor Penning out of the 22 draft, not injured. We've got Andres Pete, and behind him Yasir Durant. And Andres Pete, certainly not one of those standout players, but solid enough, again, with the strength and the awareness. At center, Eric McCoy, 25.85. That's a good center in my book. He's not that old. He's 85 rated, so he will continue to grow. Right guard, Cesar Ruiz and Calvin Throckmorton. He is behind him. That's some Call of Cthulhu name right there, Calvin Throckmorton. All right, there we go. Ryan Ramczyk on the right tackle position is superstar, elite because of the abilities. Behind him, Nick Saldivari out of Old Dominion, 22 and 70 out of the 2023 draft. The defense, and this is where things get hairy. We've got left edge Cameron Jordan, 33 years old, 91 rated, an X factor with unstoppable force. Isaiah Foskey, a rookie out of the 23 draft, to learn from this fantastic player right there. On right edge, we've got Carl Granderson, 25.77, and Peyton Turner, 23.76. Almost the same overalls, a few years in between, but yeah, just good prospect players, nothing outstanding, but solid enough. On D-tackle, we've got Brian Breesy out of the 23 draft, and he's one of the most interesting players to come out of this draft, and that's saying a lot. We've got Austin Johnson here, Kalen Saunders, and Kevin Givens. There's no real drop-off here, especially not between these three here. But Brian Breesy, of course, with an age 21 and the start of trade, first-round pick for the Saints, really great D-tackle. Is going to be putting a lot of pressure on us. Not yet elite due to the missing abilities, but that might change in the future. Left outside linebacker Anthony Barr, 30 and 79. Also put a lot of pressure on us last time. Andrew Dowell as a backup. Mid linebacker Demario Davis, X-Factor with reinforcement, 33 and 93. We've got Ryan Connelly and Nephi Sewell here as well. This rookie out of the 2022 draft out of Utah. Is, again, not looking too crazy in terms of the overalls, but all those 60 stats, they're pretty high in the 60s, so those will be turning into 70s pretty quickly, and then it's a snowball effect, and he will be growing rather quickly. Block shedding, of course, not crazy good. Secondary attributes, a few really horrible ratings in there. For the most part, looking very nice. Demario Davis, anyways, is going to be the starting mid linebacker, and with the X Factor, a truly elite player. Right outside linebacker Pete Werner. He chased us down quite a few times in the last game. We've got DeMarco Jackson, that's a rookie out of 22. We've got the cornerbacks, Marshall Lattimore with a superstar depth trait. We've got Alontae Taylor, rookie out of 22. Then we've got Bradley Roby, we've got Isaac Yadom, and Paulson Adebo. And Paulson Adebo, is pretty young, 23.75. That's great. Alontae Taylor, 23.79. Fantastic young cornerbacks right there. And Marshawn Lattimore to lead the room here as the elite player, 95 at age 26. This is a dangerous player to be looking at. Free safety Tyrann Mathieu, Honey Badger himself, 30 and 93. With that superstar dev trait, he will be extremely dangerous. 6th best free safety in the league, in the game. Absolutely dangerous. JT Gray is his backup. Strong safety Marcus May, another veteran, 29.86. Jonathan Abram. When I did the Saints rebuild, one thing struck me, that they've got a lot of very good players right now, but those players regress pretty quickly at some point in time, and not that long when you look at the ages here. Kicker is Will Lutz, and the punter is Blake Gillikin, 2 solid players on these positions. So the weekly strategy that we will shape to oppose this team here, and to try and just keep them back, right? The recommendation, of course, is the outside run. I'm not going to go with this, because if you focus on those run plays, you can only lose. Inside run debuffs only the run inside defense. This only buffs the outside, so they can really mix and match. Plus, you're completely ignoring all of those passing options here, and that is why I will be going for the short pass, which is my safe go-to place if the team can't really be put into place. They've got dangerous wide receivers, they've got dangerous running backs, so we need to focus on that. The tight ends not so much, but those are rather moving in the short range as well, so that should help us to just shape up in a way that will help us. Looking at this here, we are going to be trying to regain fitness here, so we're going to be going with the half pads and splitting as much as we can. Harrison Phillips will get some rest here, of course. The offensive game plan, throw it short. I'm not sure about this one. I do think that Kerem is good, but the faster pocket degradation, the double debuff, that is horrible. I don't want to risk that, which is why I'm going to be going with the run inside. We can always switch to the short passing, but of course that is going to be very, very tricky. Everybody here will be going for splits, except for the center, because he's going to be going with the backups. Same goes for the right guard. I don't want to risk an injury. Actually, I will be putting everybody on the offensive line on backup training. Now, we need to get our starters fit, and actually tell you what, I'm going to do that for everybody. Everybody will have backup training. I want those starters fit. 88 overall fatigue is not really a good sign for us right now. Looking at the players that were training here, I think we had an injury. That is why Jordan Addison moved in here. I want to see if there's somebody else that we need to trade. Jaron Hall and Cam Newton, that is a no. Alexander Madison, I think we can not train him too much. DeWayne McBride would be an interesting one to go for, because he's very young. So let's just keep that one in mind. Puka Nacua, the former LA Ramba, they let him go, so we snapped him up, of course. Do I have starting players that I want to train? Those players are looking, they're looking pretty good, actually. Right guard, we're already trading Ed Ingram. Who do we have on the defense? Andre Carter would be good. I think we're going to be going with Andre Carter. Jaquelin Roy makes sense, of course. But Brian Asamoah also would make sense. But I will be going with my right edge, Andre Carter. And over here, let's see, what are we going to do? Weekly game plan, allow 2 or less pass touchdowns. Nah, I don't think that we're going to be able to hold them off that far. So 30 points or less, that should work. 250 offensive yards, that is good. What does he suggest? 15 first downs. Yeah, let's just go for that. Let's try getting that. And now let's kick off training. All right, we've got 34 points to spend, which is pretty cool. We got a lot of points because we reached our target. So we're just going to be checking, is the defensive coordinator fully upgraded? That's a yes. So we're going to go down here, and we're just going to be starting. Do we go here? I think we need to improve the offensive line first. We need to get as much stability there as we can. And by doing that, we're just giving us a chance to give Kerem more time Again, boost the strength, 24 points are needed. I think we're going to be doing this tree first, of course. Then later on, we're going to be switching over to practice makes perfect. And yeah, with that said, let's head over to upgrading the players. I don't think that we got too many points, maybe some from last game, but today from training, that was rather not that much. Right, Alexander Madison, now an 85 player, of course, with the buffs, the temporary ones, permanent ones. Andrew Booth Jr. now a solid 82 cornerback. That is great. Very, very nice. The rookie out of Clemson with a startup trait. Lewis Sign also getting some points. He's now an 81 rated free safety. We've got very young players, and I really like the direction that we're going in. Of course, things are a little bit slower at the beginning, but later on you really start picking up steam, and it's way better to have a team set up like this compared to, for instance, the Saints that have a lot of extremely good players right now, but they will just having a very hard drop-off in the next 1 or 2 seasons, I would say. But they're set up for winning right now. That is fair enough. And Nick Muse, who's out with a torn labrum. We're also missing Jalen Rager, who's also injured. And apart from that, I think we are ready to go. We're just going to be taking a final look at the lineup, making sure that we've got everybody where we want them to be. And that actually looks as if everything is in place. DeWayne McBride is the second running back. That is great. We've got Andre Carter, Brian Asamoah. All right, everybody is where I want them to be. And I think we're ready, guys. We're ready for the first wildcard playoff game of this franchise series. US Bank Stadium, home of the Minnesota Vikings. Coach Dreddeus coming out onto the pitch here as the fans cheer on. It's a wild card game, as you know. Derek Carr showing off the away uniform here. This is Michael Thomas. These are some of the defensive stalwarts. Kerem Koscioglu showing off our home uniform. It's going to be the standard uniform. Justin Jefferson has his number back, number 18. That was stolen for some super weird reason. No other player had it, and he was just number 12 for some, yeah, absolutely inexplicable reason. The Saints out onto the field, highly motivated, but even higher motivated is this group of players, the Vikings, because it's the home stadium. But we will have to really be focused. We will have to give our best. No mistakes, no interceptions this time. If we can pull that off, then I do see us having a chance. If we can't pull it off, if we make mistakes, well, then we will have a problem against this team who really start out, Jesus, man, very, very quickly. We're going to be starting with an inside zone. Just going to be testing the waters here now. I want to see how that plays out. Can we break through here? No. A quick shove by number 56. That was a very quick reaction. We only get 1 yard on that pickup. That is not crazy good. I think we have to play around them with those audibles. And we're going to be going with KJ Osborne or Jordan Addison. One of these two players is going to be who I'm going to be looking for. Jordan Addison, the rookie, is having a fantastic season. So very, very good. He now has the superstar Dave trait, and he's proving to be an absolutely reliable receiver. Kerem is getting better and better, and especially on those short passes, he is really reliable. But you also need a receiver that can work with that. And I especially like the fact that I'm still using the sliders, of course, who really debuff the catching ability of wide receivers to make it more realistic. Nobody has glue hands, but sometimes Jesus Christ, sometimes in video games it works like that. And Jeffrey Wilder is out. A starting center with an injury. That is a problem, because Austin Schlottman will be taken over. And that is definitely not a player I want to see as my main protection for Kerem. So we're going to flip this. Let's go. Let's just give him something to think about. Justin Jefferson, now my number 1 receiver. Looking for him here. Oh dear. But a good catch by Justin Jefferson, proving what he can do versus Lattimore. Number 23 was there. Very quick pickup here of the dangerous wide receiver. I am holding quite a lot of budget in my hands right now, and I don't intend to spend it on free agents. I want to keep it because I want to keep this group together, especially some of those very, very important pieces, players like Justin Jefferson. There we go. Alexander Madison, not really winning, but also not losing too much. We are going to be keeping Jeffrey Wilder. We're going to risk it. We will be risking this. I just hope I don't regret it, because a long-term injury right now would be nasty. We're going to be going with the play action, just reshuffling ever so slightly here. I'm going to be looking for Hawkinson. That is my receiver that I want to see, of course. Ooh, smacked away by number 21. Rolling out and on the run here, the throw by Kerem Koscielny. Try to get into the end zone. We're going to be going with Puka Nacua here on that short route. First down time. There we go. Very nice by the young wide receiver. We picked him up at a free agency. And that will be my strategy in the coming off season, whenever that may start. But yeah, definitely the way to go. I want to take a look at promising young free agent players that we will keep around. I'm not looking to buy old veterans, high quality veterans that will be leaving us pretty soon. That costs a lot of money. No, I want to keep this differently. In this franchise series, I'm looking for the younger players, really grow them. And especially this season, oh, that took too long. All right, run plays I think will not be working out in a way like I want them to work out. So let's see. Do we go with this here? Let's try the play action rollout. Will it make the left flank open up too much? Will it be dangerous? No chance for Justin Jefferson right at 3rd and 10. We stay the same. We still need to cross those 10 yards. And of course, this approach that I'm choosing in this franchise series might be a little bit more difficult. And there we go. TJ Hawkinson, our big tight end, completely free. Awesome route. Honey Badger can't really react. And we push into the end zone in the second quarter, getting a touchdown, equalizing the game. Just look at that. What a beautiful spiral. Kerem is really getting better. Remember, go back to the first episodes. Take a look at how the ball wobbled in the air. It was really wobbling. But now, the spirals are far tighter. We're just looking way better on the ball. There we go. Our defense manages to hold them, so we're going to be going with a stick here, looking for Hawkinson or Addison. Boom. Perfect. Big tight end. Catches the ball. Kerem connects perfectly here. And I think we pick up a first down. TJ Hawkinson. 2 players coming across. One of those, Marshawn Lattimore, making a case here why he's such a dangerous defensive player. Hawkinson, does that look like a blitz? Let's go the mesh spot. Let's try and throw him off here. Oh dear. KJ Osborne, eventually of course we get where I want them to be, but he got stuck on a player and slowed down ever so slightly. Keep an eye on him here. He was sort of stuck. If he would have gotten away, that would have been fantastic. But the coverage was pretty good. And we're going to be going with DeWayne McBride. 2nd and 5, left-hand side run here for the rookie running back. There's an incredible depth in running backs. Not only in real life in the NFL, but also in Madden, of course. A lot of running backs to be had. I do want to sort of hold on to some of those key pieces, and DeWayne McBride is one of those. I hope that his progression is good enough to warrant that. And we're going to try and get the ball away here before we're hit by the 2-minute siren. And there we go. Look at that. I mean, you know, again, I'm going to stop gushing at some point in time though, but right now I'm loving what Jordan Addison is doing. Such a good receiver. I didn't expect that. I really didn't expect that. I thought, well, all right, first rounder, there we go. But Did I expect him to be such a fantastic, reliable player? I certainly did not. Absolutely didn't. Plus, turning into a superstar within the first half of the season, or whatever that was. We had the challenge. We completed the challenge. Look at that speed boost. Did you see that? Got the ball and then really turning on the turbo. Let's go with Hawkinson here. But we're gonna try and throw him off a little bit. Just flip the play. I'd love to get Jordan Addison back there. Take a look. Oh, Marshawn Lattimore picking up that run and getting a stop on him. But that was fantastic. If not for the superstar cornerback. He's up and away. He is up and away. I was trying to get away. Turn on the boost, but Marshawn Lattimore, of course, no slouch. Really making things difficult for our offense here to get away. And let's see. Justin Jefferson, I just want to get closer for that field goal approach. Oh dear. Oh dear. Number one, moving in between and almost picking that one off. I don't know why that one Vikings fan was celebrating this. Maybe it's a traitor in disguise. Who knows? Here we go. Hawkinson on a slant. I want to have him on a slightly more direct route. Jordan Addison. And there we go. On push to the side with 1 yard to go. 14 seconds remaining. We call a timeout, of course. We're going to try and push that one in. But Hawkinson himself, extremely good on that occasion. We're going to be setting up this rather wide play here. I don't want to go with that draw there. Do we try and go with that inside zone? Going towards the right-hand side. Alexander Madison. Handoff. Pushing forward. Yikes. But we get in. All right. Falling backwards. And we're in. Alexander Madison, our number 2. But our starting wide receiver number 1. Following up after the departure of Dalvin Cook. And he was sort of stopped and then dragged backwards. Take a look at this. And he sort of falls in. Granderson hits him. Breezy. A lot of contact there. And we go and take the lead in the first half, which is great. Second half, again, we're on the ball. And if we can outplay them here, that would be fantastic. Play action boot. We're going to try and get Hawkins there. Ball is live. Let's go. All right. Tell me you didn't like that. Tell me you didn't like that throw. Karam is doing so well. Exceptionally good, actually. And Hawkins is big enough and strong enough to hold on to that one. So that is awesome. Let's set up some slants. The linebackers are... I don't know, I'm feeling a little bit insecure about this play. Do I go with this? Let's try the 4 verticals. Gonna be looking for Madison, whichever way he's gonna go. Go, man. There we go. Ooh, early breakup. A hard hit by number 56. Directly opposite is look at that. Demario Davis, Tyrann Mathieu back there. Cameron Jordan, that's number 56, by the way. 94, of course. Marshawn Lattimore. Demario Davis is 56, and he's just covering a lot of those plays. Really dangerous. And I just really hope that Jeffrey Wilder doesn't injure himself any further. Oh dear. And that is not a good throw. Jordan Addison unable to catch that one. Double spot. I don't want to have a turnover now, guys. Can we focus on this? Let's go with an inside high-low. Looking for Addison on that quick one. Take it down. Number 21. That's Roby. Cornerback. 4th and 5. Tell you what, we're going to punt. I don't want to risk a turnover here. That would really suck. So, oh my God, that was imprecise. But we're going to try and punt it as far as we can. Number 11. Julian Blackmon. No, Mekhi Blackmon. Oh, there. And did it go out? No, it fell behind. Not Julian Blackmon. It's Mekhi Blackmon. Derek Carr out onto the field here. Final instructions from the coach. Can we hold him? Well, we at least limit them. We limit them to a field goal. That is nice. KJ Osborne coming from the right-hand side. Hawkinson coming from the right. Osborne heading towards the right. And this is what I like. I don't know why I said that with an A and not this with an I, but must have been the heat of the moment, I reckon. So move those chains as we move ahead. And Osborne, again, really liking what he's bringing to the team. I didn't expect him to be such a helpful wide receiver number 3. Those are, most of the time, they're just really a little bit, well, not that great. Let's just put it that way. Just complementary players. You don't really use them much, but KJ Osborne really brings a lot of nice things to the table as Pete Werner snaps and slaps away the ball. First he snaps and then he slaps. We're gonna try and push up behind Jeffrey Wilder there. And there we go. How far can we get? DeWayne McBride swallowed up by an absolute boatload of Saints. As we're going to be going with this here, a screen. Again, DeWayne McBride. Fantastic. Get a block. Did I get it? 1st and 10. Yes, we did. Pushed out of bounds. 1 minute and 10 still to be played. Very nice. A play action. X deep out. Am I going to be using this one? No. I like those where I've got a lot of crosses, where I've got a lot of movement. Just plays that are designed to throw off the defense. Here, Addison, of course, is the player I want to go with. Very nice catch, very quick catch. They weren't deceived by that, by the way. I reckon you saw that, but they were not deceived. So here, Osborne gonna try and get him when he hits that left-hand side over there. Quick turn to step over that line. 3rd and 1. Very nice. The quarter comes to an end. That's the 3rd quarter. We've got 205 passing yards. And today, this is really a good performance, but we're still not really safe yet. We're not safe yet. It's 3rd and 1. Let's go the halfback dive here. We're just going to be setting up as a pass play, but I want to push forward. Yikes. Tried to get out towards the right-hand side. Of course, stopped pretty quickly. This is a very solid defense with a median of 87. And it's a lot of positions that chip into that overall. It's not just 1 or 2 players. The high 90s players that drag things up. No, it's a lot of players that are just very good. Oh, there. Yeah, I saw the pressure coming. I had to go, just get the ball away. It was a Hail Mary back to Justin Jefferson. I don't know, if we can push forward, if we can get a field goal, and if we can get those 70 points on the board, I think we're going to be somewhat safe. Ooh. That's Tyrann Mathieu. And he almost picks that one off. Almost picking that one off. We're not making progress right now. So the defense holds us here. I've got Addison, I've got Hawkinson. Ah. It's 4th and 10. Jesus Christ. I thought he called that one, but he didn't. So, time for the field goal. Greg Joseph, are you ready, man? It is pretty accurate. Do we have the length? And yes, we do have the length. It's 17 versus 10. So, if we hold them to a field goal, we are in a good position. If we manage to hold them all together, it's awesome. If we manage to not do all right, we hold them, that is great. That is great. Gives us a chance to, yeah, just push in. Keep the pressure up. There we go. Well, that is great. That is great. Alexander Madison, inside zone next up to DeWayne McBride, left-hand side. We're going to keep running the ball now because we have a safety net of those 7 points. And DeWayne McBride with a perfect adjustment right there. Moving around the defense. Well, that was nice. That was really nice. Look at that. It was designed to go left, but we adjusted and went right. And the rookie really showing what he can do. I like that a lot. I really like that a lot. I, by the way, don't like this play right now. So we're going to try a... Oh, we can't adjust anymore. Ah, it took too long. Damn it. Oh, dear. Alexander Mattison. Again, almost getting stuck, but we keep moving. 2nd and 5. Jet sweep. And of course not. Let's try the stick here. We've got Hawkinson. We've got Addison. Ooh, smacked away. 3rd and 5. Ooh, let's go with the slants here. They reacted very quickly. I was... And that is overthrown. I'm sorry, my man, but that is overthrown. And I'm not really happy with this. Not happy with how that worked out here. Let's try and punt it back as far as we can. Mekhi Blackmon. No touch here. Fair catch. Rashid Shaheed catches the ball. 2 minutes and 2 seconds to spare in the 4th quarter. And we hold them. We turn over the ball, guys, and that is amazing because that means we have it in our hands now. Don't have to chase the game. Don't have to do anything crazy. Oh, smacked away by Jordan Addison. Would have been there, but smacked away before he can grab it. Not happy about that. 1 minute 32. We're going to be going with more run plays now, just to keep the clock running. It's not bad to do that in the wildcard game. Cameron Jordan with an injury, number 94. He was very aggressive coming forward here. 1 minute 28, so the clock is stopped again, which is it's unfortunate, right? I mean, they lose a player that's really important. But then again, we also don't keep the clock running. Let's see. Let's go. Alexander Mattison, 4th and 2 at a timeout called here by the Saints. And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do now. This is safety time. This means a field goal. 27 yards by Greg Joseph. Let's just get this one done, my man. Slightly towards the right, but still between the sticks, it's good. And we go up 20 versus 10. A gigantic achievement right there. Very, very satisfied with that. Extremely happy. And they push back only a field goal. We have 33 seconds and 3 timeouts to play this game. Are they going to stop us once more? We're going to force them to do that. Timeout call. There we go. That was obvious. But we pushed through the wildcard round, guys. Unless we give them the ball right now, which I don't intend to do. We're just going to go for a run here, and then the clock will be running down. There is no chance. They have nothing they can do. No timeouts left. The clock is ticking down for the New Orleans Saints. There is nothing they can do. They can only watch the seconds ticking down and watch as their dreams of continuing in the playoffs disappear in the future. And a giant hole opening up here on the left-hand side. Alexander Mattison pushing through. And with that final attack, the game is over. A great game by the Minnesota Vikings here versus the New Orleans Saints. Kerem Koscioglu delivers a vintage performance. A fantastic game here. And with that, the Vikings are through. 58% completion rate, not that high, but still better than Derek Carr. 1 touchdown for Kerem, 205 yards. We can be happy with that. On the rushing side, this is looking good. Alexander Mattison, 43 yards. Again, not a lot, but still more than ALVIN KAMARA. Also gets a touchdown, by the way. DeWayne McBride, Derek Carr chipping in here. But it was a very pass-heavy game. Jordan Addison with 78 yards was good. Traquan Smith, TJ Hawkins near 53 yards and a touchdown. Chris Olave, Michael Thomas, KJ Osprey. A lot of players just chipping in here with the results. No sacks allowed. Or did they allow a sack? Let's just check. Oh, yeah, 2 sacks allowed. Andres Pete and Cesar Ruiz. Solo tackle leader Harrison Smith and Kenneth Murray Jr. Total tackle leader Demario Davis. Yeah, no surprise. Kevin Gibbons D tackle with an injury. 2 quarterback sacks. 1 for Andre Carter II and 1 for Harrison Phillips. My 2 edge rushers. I couldn't be happier. 0 interceptions. Clean game today. But still, we come away successful. Huge congrats on the playoff win, coach. Let's see if we can keep this ball rolling and pick up another one this week, says the assistant general manager. First of many, you've earned 7 stat points. Yeah, we didn't really risk too much, but guaranteeing a win in the playoffs is absolute suicide. We get 24 points, and I'm going to tell you something. I don't want to do that next week. I want to lock that in right now, and this is this one here. Boost the strength rating. Heck yes. So the offensive line gets a boost by 4 for all offensive linemen, and that is a huge deal in solidifying the offensive line and giving Kerem Koscioglu, our quarterback, more time to pick out his target and just to really work the field better. We're going to see if we picked up an injury there, because we had one during the game. It didn't really pop up anymore. No. All right, so Jeffrey Wilder is fit. That is awesome. We're only missing Nick Muse and Jalen Reagor. And we are through. We're through against a team that is actually better than we are. The offense is very similar, but our defense is way lower than theirs is. But we still managed to hold them. I think we have a lot of quality on this team. But the point, of course, always has to be how we use the quality. And yeah, look at that next week. Who could we play? We could play the Atlanta Falcons and running back Bijan Robinson, one of my favorite running backs that I always like to use when I do franchise series. I used him on the Rams, I used him on the Dolphins, and he was an absolute crazy good player right there. We could also play the 49ers, we could play the Cowboys, we could play the Eagles and the Bucks. All right, time to figure out who I'd like to play. To be honest, those are all really, really tricky opposing teams. The Atlanta Falcons are probably, in terms of their quarterback, the one that we could maybe put the most pressure on. That's Desmond Ridder. He's not that elite. The 49ers, Trey Lance, yeah, I don't know. Brock Purdy, maybe. Definitely a very, very strong and solid team. Wouldn't really want to face them. The Cowboys, always super crazy, highly rated in Madden, because the Madden ratings guy loves himself some Cowboys. The Eagles, I don't want to play them yet, because they are just really, really dangerous and a very, very good and solid team overall. The Buccaneers, I actually don't know that much about in terms of their strength and how they are setting up right now, but still, they haven't gotten weaker either, so that is going to be very, very hard. Which team would I like to play? I reckon the Falcons or the Buccaneers. Looking at the seeds, I think that the first overall seed by a mile is probably not the best choice. So I'm going to be trying to play against the Buccaneers, or hoping that we play them. I hope I don't eat my words if we do play them and lose. But yeah, there we go. That was the wildcard round, first playoff game in this franchise series with the Minnesota Vikings. I really enjoyed the game. The team played well, was a solid, good game. I hope you enjoyed it as well, by the way. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop me a like and subscribe to the channel. It just means a lot to me and, of course, helps me grow. And as always, thanks so much for watching, guys and gals. And see you next time.